Hello, how are you? And happy Friday to everyone. Oh, it's been a long week. Oh, my screen's crooked. Oh, no. Quality stuff here. Yeah, close enough. So what I am working on at the moment is getting this screen working with ARexx and getting all of Solas features working with ARexx. So what I have at the moment, oh yeah, that's Solas temps. Let me see. So basically, this is going to be a commodity that just runs in the background, opens an ARexx port, and when you send ARexx commands to it, you can basically access all of the Solas features. That's the plan. So I've got a couple of things implemented so far, and I'm just going to show you them now. Let me see if I can get this going. So what we do is we get Solas actually doing a pattern like that, and then if we change this to static, you can see we've stopped and the LEDs are on there. I haven't got much implemented at the moment, but what we'll do is we'll just see if I can actually switch off the LEDs from ARexx. So this is actually, as an aside, this is a very handy little Rex shell that I made years ago and kind of forgot about, but it's quite handy for testing ARexx stuff, because it gives you what's essentially a shell, so you can just do your ARexx commands directly, and it just works. So now what I'll do is if I issue the all off command, this should switch off the LEDs, and oh yes, no, because the software is not running, of course. Yeah, get rid of that. I go in, we compile this. Switch off the debugger for now. Okay, so this is running in the background now. So if we call up Exchange, you can see it's there, Solas host. It doesn't have an interface. I don't know if it ever will, so it's just it just sits entirely in the background. And so now let's see. So if we go all off, it should switch off the LEDs. Still didn't. Okay. Oh yeah. So what we have to do is we have to tell it first off what strip we're using. So it might be set to the other one depending on what was done last. So current strip 0 for the first strip, and then all off. Yeah, there we go. It works. Okay, so this shows we can communicate with it anyway. That's my debug output there. So I will. We can get it to quit with the quit command. Now, because the Rex shell also uses the quit command to quit, I put it in quotes, and that means it sends directly. So so getting a little bit of ARexx now, as well as a bit of Blitz Basic. We should add some tracks to that list. Try not to pick the ones that take too much chip RAM or that aren't actually mods. And I actually put a video up before on of one of my streams on YouTube, and I had a Citrix track in it. It got a copyright notice. So not that it's a big deal or anything, but I just thought it was funny, so we won't bother. Oh no, maybe not that one. Okay. So what we've got so far is all off is implemented, and a lot of this is just passing through because I can, I already have the command set sort of defined, if you like. There, let me see. They're in here, so it's constants. So you can see not all of them will make sense, but these are the commands. So this block here, and their internal values. But not all of them will translate directly to ARexx kind of stuff. But oh, actually, and these are as well. But yeah, most of them will, and so we'll be able to translate some stuff directly. So that's what I'll do. So all off LCD mode. LCD mode. Basically, the LCDs have two modes. So one of them is that it's kind of handled by Solas, in that Solas keeps a track of up to 12 different pages of information. So 8 that are user defined and 4 that are to do with the temperature, like it's showing there. So, and it will rotate them every couple of seconds, and so you can send a page to it, and Solas will take care of where that fits into the sort of the rotation and all that kind of stuff. Or you can put it in direct control mode, which switches off that automatic operation and leaves the display entirely under the control of the Amiga. So you decide where to put the cursor on the display, what characters to display, and so you have the basic commands of clear, obviously clears the screen, home brings it to the top left, locate, you give it X and Y coordinates for the cursor, and print, which will print a message, and the message will wrap around onto the next line and next line. So it's not it's a fairly simple way of doing it, but it's kind of, it makes sense at a sort of a middle to low level. So what I'll do is I'll do the locate command I haven't done yet. So home is just the LCD home. Print, I've already implemented that, and basically it just takes a string and sends each character through the communications as a ASCII code. That's it. Simple. The first thing it does is send the actual length of the message, so that Solas knows how many characters to expect. So LCD locate. So the first thing we're going to do is send the LCD locate command, and then we need to send the X and Y values. So for that, all we're doing is we're taking the next 2 arguments from the ARexx message, and we'll do it twice. Oh no, we don't need this for the first one. So send that. Let me think. We need to send this actual value, but it's going to be ASCII coming from ARexx, so we need to do. I'm using val long because val long actually, rather than val, which is the kind of most basics will use val. You have val in Blitz as well, but val produces a sort of a pseudo float, whereas val long is an integer, and so even though it's a 32-bit, it's it'll be a whole number, and it just saves you having to deal with any messing that might be going on. But yes, it has to be a whole number for character locations. Val long. And Rex messages, that's a list of strings that are that came in the Rex message, basically the arguments. So I'm just, instead of that, just duplicate that. That should be it, I think. So we can test that now. Uh-oh, the debugger's running. It's all right. Okay, so we should be in the same thing. And so what we want to do is first off put LCD mode 1, which turns off the automatic refresh mode and puts it in direct mode, and then LCD clear, clears the screen, and LCD locate at 2 by 3. Yeah, LCD print didn't work. What has happened here? Or do we have to send it all as one? Surely not. Okay, now time to look at the actual Solas code, I think, and see what it might be doing on the other side. It's definitely taking the gathering the correct arguments. LCD print test. I wonder if it's gotten itself stuck because of the incorrect length of a message. Let's see. Let's open this up. Oh, we got a character popping up now in the first character. So I think what's happened is the command has gotten stuck because it used the wrong number of characters. And what'll happen then is there's no timeout, so Solas will sit there waiting on the rest of it to arrive. While that's going on, we'll set up some moving LEDs to go with music. Okay, now. So let us see. I'm going to look at this code and look at the Solas side code and see what's happening. So LCD locate is just 2 data bytes. LCD locate. Just sends the 2 data bytes, yes. LCD print I already had working. I wonder, does it just need one more character on the end of the print? Is that all it is? Shouldn't be. Shouldn't be. Close the debugger. I don't think we need that running. Let's try something else. Yeah, see, our LEDs are frozen, so it's waiting on another character. We can cancel that by launching that. Okay, so what if we just add a null on the end just to test this? It shouldn't be needed. Well, it is printing, sending something, and it is actually completing the message, so it's getting the right number of characters now. What's going on? LCD print. Next item. Oh, we don't need this anymore. I changed the code and we don't need that anymore. So what it's doing is it's sending a null but expecting loads more characters. So yeah, it is sending like loads of nulls, and so that's just coming out as blank squares. Okay, right, yes, I got this working last night, and it was kind of patched together. So yes, as I was changing things, and I just said, no, I gave up on it, and yeah, that'll do it. Yeah, that might be enough. Let's try that. Do. LCD clear. Let's do print. Okay, so we got test. Oh, didn't keep the case. You have to put it in quotes because ARexx translates everything into uppercase if you don't. Okay, so let's do, okay. There we go, 2 characters across and 3 down. Of course, 0, 0 is the top, so yeah. You have to bear that in mind. Kind of slightly forgot about that myself. So yeah, that's it, and then we can go other places. Oh, has that separated those arguments? Oh, it has. Okay. Don't want that to happen. Let me see. I have to put it in double quotes so that it passes that as a single argument through ARexx. Okay, well, that'll be fun. I might I wonder if I should just string all the arguments together. Yeah, I might do that. But yes, I think what we have here is sort of working. Yes, I think so. And because the LCD is in mode 1, we're not getting any updates on this. Actually, let's see if it works to stick it back in mode 2 or mode 0. Should, once the refresh counter goes down, yeah, so then we're back. I think setting it to mode 0 should have the counter reset straight away, shouldn't it? Rather than have that delay if you happen to catch it, or whatever the counter variable had in it. Yeah, I think I would do it that way. So what we'll do is we'll swap over to the PC and have a look at before I forget about it, have a look at that code and just see. Let me see. Where's our refresh counter? If LCD enabled, and mode is 0. They're the variables we want. LCD settings, page time, and the page time of the current page. So we have to have it above that, and I could just set it to like infinity. I might even do that. Okay, so let me see. So if a command comes in saying to set the mode, where's our command? Status equals command done. So when a command is completed, LCD message. We don't even need to put it there, really, do we? We put it there for neatness. LCD mode sort of fits. Well, LCD settings page time is equal to yeah, that'll do. Or do we only want to do that? Let me see. We don't want to reset it when it already is in that mode, or do we? Yeah, no, we'll leave it at that for now anyway. Or do we want to track it? No, we don't need it, and it's extra faff to do it. It's fine. It'll be fine just changing that whenever we change modes. Okay. So I don't need to build that. We'll count that as working, and we go back to the Amiga. Okay. So our locate code works. Our printing code works kind of. It does work. You just need to we need to combine the arguments. What should we do? So all our arguments are stored in a list. It's annoying that kind of separates them. So maybe we don't need that, do we? No, I think we need to keep it there because we have more commands where we want the arguments separate. So there are lots of them. So LCD locate would be easy with just 2 digits involved or 2 numbers involved, but some of them have like RGB values and stuff like that need to be teased out. So I'll leave it as it is, and for this print and the other one will be LCD message, I'll just string them all together. And because we're going to use it more than once, I'll set up a little function to do that. So let's see. ARexx messages. And what we'll do then is we'll set up a function to do that. Function. So the string function returns a string. That's what I called it, isn't it? Where is it? Combine ARexx messages, yeah. Okay. I can't remember, you have to use that. Hello, George, how are you? Yes. I'm fortunate enough in my job to finish early on a Friday. So so my wife is working, my kid is at nursery. This is a blissful, very quiet and rare couple of hours, you know. Like my week leads up to this. So yeah, I'm getting some, making combining some ARexx, some Blitz and some C on the same stream. So there can't be too many of them. But what I'm doing now is I'm adding ARexx support for Solas so that other applications can access it. No beer coding, no. I'll have to leave that for later on. I might need to go collecting people in a while. No, so sticking to the water. But yeah, so what I have is a sort of working basic framework for ARexx, but for some of the string things, like, so I have a print command and it is only printing. Basically, you need to combine the extra quotes, and I'd rather not have to do that for scripts. So what I'm doing is I'm just creating a function that combines the ARexx messages, all the messages together. Okay, that's the basics of a function in Blitz, and what I'll do is I need to so we start with an empty string. We're doing shared variables and all that, and that's our list, our dynamic list of all the arguments. So reset list, and then reset list, and we just cycle through the list and see if there is an item, then we add it onto our results. Reslut. And it's one of the things I do like about Blitz is that you can, and about a lot of basics I suppose, you can treat the strings as primitives. And so it's a handy little thing, but just, you know, adding them together and copying them and stuff like that, and or passing them as arguments. Internally, Blitz does change them into string pointers and uses a big string buffer, which can cause you problems in some cases, but for stuff like this it's quite handy because you know, just throwing them all together as you would numbers and return my result. So that's that. Now if we have that down here, that should combine them all together, and then we send the message, and then change it to deal with that instead. Now, let's try it. Yeah, that's a list, so it needs the empty brackets. The dynamic arrays use empty brackets in Blitz. and so it means they're a resizable list. So you can't use an index on it because each item is a pointer, and it's yeah, kind of funny notation if you're coming from elsewhere. Okay, so that's running in the background. So my little Solas shell here. Let's see. We need LCD here. LCD mode. So we're taking direct control of this screen, so we can now clear it. And if we do LCD print with just one set of quotes. Oh, we forgot about the spaces in between them. Okay, it has combined them. Yeah. Let's try that again. I would just put a EF is just a flag. It's a variable I use in everything, so it's an error flag, but I use it as all sorts of indicator flags. So just add one to that. So it's basically a counter for the number of arguments. So this will be EF will be 0 on our first run. So any run after that, we add a space beforehand. I'm just thinking that's actually not going to help, is it? Because if we want to add lots of spaces, that's going to cause a problem. Spaces are getting stripped out on the arguments. I'll show you what I mean. I think this isn't going to work. So hello Twitch works. But if we try it again with loads of spaces, we still got one. So what's happening is we need to do it the old way I had it before, which is pass it as a single argument with two sets of quotes. And oh yeah, clear the screen. What's happened here? So it won't even do that now. How is it? Okay. We got the quotes in here wrong. There you go. So there you go. We need to leave all the quote handling for this to the script, so that the string is passed as one argument. Otherwise, we lose any spacing. And the spacing is important because if you're going to send a message and the screens are different widths, you need to figure out how to align the things. So you could, just decide on each line separately. But if you want to pass it as a single message, the whole page as a single message, you need to space it out yourself with ARexx. So I think I just have to get rid of that code. I could keep both. Yes, that's a fair point. Yeah, because it does work like that now. Okay, yeah, that's what I'll do. That's a fair point because... Yeah, that's a fair point. I don't need to strip that code out because I've demonstrated here that it works fine with and without. And it'll work even then. Yeah, so that'll do. That'll do. Okay, so let's call that one working. And yes, I can do both. So yeah, you only have to do the extra funky ARexx quote handling, yeah, when you really want to use the spaces. Yeah. Well, I think, yeah, if it's documented that you need to do it fully as a single argument, and then it'll fall through to the other way if not. Yeah. But yes, the documentation I need to do entirely. I have started on the documentation for the rest of it. For the lower level stuff, I'll need to do a whole separate thing for the ARexx stuff and all the ARexx fun. Okay, so I think that's basically everything for the LCD in the direct. That's all you can do with the LCD really, is position the cursor, write your text, position the cursor, write your text, clear the screen, home the cursor. That's all you can do. I have thought about adding custom characters. They could be used for you know, filling sub characters with a, you know, for making a progress bar or something like that. I haven't thought about that yet. Or I have thought about it. I'm not going to do that yet. I'll just see how. Yeah, see how that pans out. The okay, the other side of sending messages like that is, or sending messages with ARexx, is to give the LCD message, and this is to use the paged mode of the screen. So this, if the text is too big for the screen, it gets truncated. It doesn't scroll. If that's what you're thinking. Basically, instead of scrolling, how that should be handled is to use the paging system of Solas, and basically sort of send the first, let's say, 80 characters to the first page and the second 80 characters to the second page, and let Solas rotate them itself. I'm not sure if it's worth implementing a scrolling thing, because if you're sending that many characters, it's going to happen too fast, and you probably just end up looking at the bottom part of the screen. And I don't really have the RAM to spare to add a sort of a slow buffer. So I think if you are anticipating text being too big, you should write it to the pages. Well, it's 80 characters on the screen, but obviously that depends on the size of the screen. If your screen only has 2 lines and 8 characters wide, it's only 16 characters. So, I think, I wonder if I sacrifice one page and use that as a buffer. It's still only 80 characters. Maybe that would work. Anyway, I will think about that after if it becomes an issue. But I think the kind of the direct control setup that I was going for was to have, like, you know, absolute control over the screen, and so you could, you know, so essentially if you wanted to scroll it, you scroll it yourself from an ARexx side, which is not going to be fun. It would work, you know, it would do, but I would say using the page system is probably the simplest way if you've got a lot of information. And that would involve cutting your message up into 80 character chunks, or however many characters your screen has, and oh, stop it. Oh, the feature creep on this is already immense. But yes, that's a nice idea. Yeah. Yeah, like a very primitive little old terminal. Yeah. Very good. Yeah. But yeah, so the sending it, the LCD message command is actually deals with pages, and so what a page is yeah, one of 8 page slots, if you like, that are stored on Solas, and Solas will rotate them. So they have extra properties, like how long they should be displayed for, and whether they should disappear after they've been displayed. So if it should only happen once, or if it should happen regularly in rotation, and also whether Solas should jump to that page straight away when you send it. So so what I do internally is I send a sort of a flag first, and then send the send a flag first, and then send the actual message. Now, and I don't know if it's like ARexx is very good for dealing with strings. It's not so good for dealing with well, it works with binary, but you know, it's simpler to do it with strings if you're doing a script. So what I might do is send each of the separate argument for each argument, if you like, for each status, and then combine them into the status string in Blitz and send that. So yeah, so let's go and look at how I've implemented this on the Solas side, because I can't quite remember. Where are we? Where is it? There we go. Okay, so Solas message, our LCD message is here. So we're limited to pages 0 to 7. I need to send the flags. Flags, then page time, and then and you can also send individual lines to a page and replace them. So I'll have to deal with that. I'll give that a separate ARexx command. That's a kind of a niche use. But what I plan to do for this Solas host is to have it running in the background and have a setting on it where it will send, if it's in paged mode, it will send a page with current time and date. A couple of people have actually asked about that, and it's like, can you display the time on that? I'm like, well, Solas doesn't have a clock on it, but I can, it's easy to send. So I'll do that, and it'll refresh every couple of seconds or whatever. So that should be simple enough to do. But yes, so the actual implementation from the Blitz side isn't really, it's easier to see on where am I going? On the Blitz side, let's see. Let's go here. And I already have a shell command that I've written that deals with this. So I'll just copy and paste the code from there. And that is Solas LCD. And so let's see how this parses our. Let's see. And what this actually, I have to figure out whether Solas host should know about the settings, and if so, how do I tell it to refresh the settings? As in, at the moment, Solas host doesn't know what size of a screen Solas is using, so it doesn't know how to so it sends a message however long it is, and Solas itself will truncate it at 80 characters, and all the rest of the characters get dumped at that point. Or and if the screen is smaller, it just doesn't. It only gets the first 16 characters or whatever. But I wonder if Solas host should know about that and deal with it. But then if the settings are changed underneath, it doesn't really know about it. And that involves refreshing the settings. So no, it's just messy. I might do it as an option. But let's see, page time flags. Let me see, where am I gathering the flags? Okay. And our template for that actually is up. Where is it? Shell template. Where's our shell template? There. So we'll do page number, then time, Actually, can I do a parse args from ARexx? I think you can, can't you? Let me see. I'm sure there is. Oh, what am I saying? I don't actually want to. No, this. I'm doing it the wrong way around. ARexx shouldn't be parsing this. So, yeah. Yeah. Silly. Okay. No, yeah, we're not dealing with this from the ARexx side. We're dealing with this from Solas host. So I think we need to just define the arguments, and they are what they are, and you have to include them. So how do I... Do I just literally loop through them? I suppose I do. Loop through them to see if a keyword is there. It's a bit pants, but... it's doable. Well, I'm already looping through them here. So we do it here. And what we'll do is we will add up our flags here. Oh, I wanted to leave that code, didn't I? Message disable one time and now. Oh, this is getting a little bit awkward. We'll just do a parse args on that buffer, on the actual command, the combined command. So maybe that's an easier way of doing it. You can do that, can't you? Let me see. They're the flags we want, but first off we need to... and now the read args is not going to help us here, because that takes it from Amiga DOS. We need to do it from a string, not from Amiga DOS. Let me see, what's the... read args. Okay, so we need a struct for that. ARexx isn't a keyword, is it? New type. Oh, this should be a standard Amiga-DOS thing, isn't it? Do we have, let's see. Yeah, we're loading all our, so it's, oh, come on. Read ARexx. Nope, wrong. Let's see. So I'm showing my ignorance here because I normally use this from the comfort of Blitz's combined thing, which just kind of deals with all the internal lists and stuff. You know what? I'm just going to do it the simple way and enforce all the arguments. MSG disable. Let's disable one time and now. So there are basic flags, and because of Blitz, I'm going to. No, they should be okay because they're only declared in a conditional. Blitz compiler should be smart enough to know what it's doing there. Let's find out. Is it flags? Page number as well. We don't want to do this every time we get an ARexx message, do we? Oh, let me see. No, should be all right. So template will have to be page number, and then we can use disable as a message. Message disable equals true. Once. And doing this, we'll have to, this isn't going to work with the combining the strings actually now that I think about it, because the arguments shouldn't be included in the message. Oh, should I do this a different way? Two commands, one to set up the transfer and one to actually do the message. No, I think we'll leave it as it is, and then the message will be the end of the string, whatever's left. This is all a bit of a faff, actually. So just for now, we'll leave it as it is. Is the keyword actually now? Now it is, yeah. Or should we just do all that stuff in here instead? Because we don't want to be doing all that kind of string conversions and stuff every time if we don't need to, really, do we? I was doing it there to try and avoid cycling through the things, but we're after resetting to the first message here so that we can go through the arguments with the command. So we can just go through it now. Yeah, that's simpler. And yeah, it's not exactly the same, but we will keep that code. I think for this kind of thing, you have to do it with, you have to do the quotes yourself anyway with ARexx, because the script won't know what to do with it. But that's okay. Let's disable. Okay, so Are they all our properties for that? So we've got, okay, the first byte is flags, I think. Okay, so we want to we use 0. We use the argument message line equals 0 for sending an entire message, but we keep that separate on ARexx, so we don't need to worry about that. So this is our code here. So we send our command, we send the page number, then the page time, then the flags, and then we send each line separately. Okay. To be honest, I thought I sent the whole thing in one go. I'll have to check that out, because I think that was something different. Okay, now. Okay. What I'll do actually is combine ARexx messages. I know how to do this. Where's my function? We won't reset the list, so it will just add whatever is left. So this is actually quite a cumbersome thing to do now, so I think about it. Do I put in true and false things instead? Let me just see what I can't remember now what similar complex ARexx arguments look like what way they do them. Carry on. Yes, Workbench uses ARexx. Yeah, so that probably is the way I'll have to go. Okay, let's see. Let me see. Now, here's the thing. Let's find arc. Here's the thing. To do parse args, or well, I keep on calling it parse args, but read args. To do the Amiga DOS call, I need to pass it an array. How was that done? Now, because I'm not sure, I'm not fully sure if a list array in Blitz has the same internal structure as a list array in C, or as an array in C. So we will see. See, the Blitz 3 comes with some nice includes, and these give you good access to a lot of stuff. Let's see if there's an ARexx function in the DOS include. Handle. See, free args, it does read args, that's the one, isn't it? So arg handle strings. Let's see how much space they actually allocate for that. Did I miss it there? No. Disk object. Arg handle. Oh, of course this won't work. Arg handle. Okay, arg handle. It won't work. That, yeah, this definition browser and library browser stuff is a nice little thing that Blitz has, but it only works when something's been compiled. So let's see, this well caught though, well caught. 5. Previous versions of Blitz would crash badly if there was a if you use FPU code. And this one, it was updated so the compiler will actually spit out an error if it tries to generate FPU code, which is good. Good. So now, we should be able to, there we go. Ah, okay, it is actually just the, literally just arg handle 0 as the string. Cool, okay. Read args. Get number of args. Well, peak arg handle plus offset. So I just copy this code wholesale, I think. It's the simplest. Okay, so arg handle strings. So this just crawls the list and returns. Clever, to be fair. No, I'm saying, do I want to implement this whole thing? This is all, yeah, I think I should. Okay, so our ARexx args is the same thing as arg handle. So we'll just call it get num args. Count args. No, that doesn't correspond. Ah, Blitz, Army Blitz is doing something itself. So that was wrong. I have to compile again. Get it to notice this. Yeah. That's weird now. Why was it giving me that? It must have been because I had it clicked in this one. Oh, that's a bug in the library browser. Okay. Barking up the wrong tree there. Right. So set this up from scratch again, or as well. So that's not really what we wanted. Or is it? Well, let's see. Oh, this is going to clash because I'm already using dos.include, haven't I? Yeah. So, to be fair, I don't need this. They should already be defined. So, it's private. This is automatically called a program startup. If your program is compiled with, okay. So this is automatically called. So .readargs. So template array. Normally, okay, so I'm just reading the readargs autodocs here, and normally gets the argument by reading buffered IO from input, but it also can be made to parse a string. That's what I want. So template, array, and readargs. So the first one is your template. That's fine. We have that. Array is long words for results. So that's just an array of. Okay, simple enough. Should be. The key thing that I need is getting the string, which is here set to 0 here, which means that it takes it from the shell, from the input stream. You can also pass in a structure control operation. No, I actually don't want to do that. So how do I pass it a... This doesn't really explain how to use it to parse a string, because I don't really want to pass it as a custom struct. So that is actually what I wanted to do, but that will take it from input. Okay, Google time. So you know what, this is wrecking my head. I'll come back to that because I'm sure there are examples that are out there. Oh, wait, sorry, I'm just after paying attention to this. Yes, well, no, what I want to do is I want to use this method to parse the arguments that are passed in through ARexx. So you can use that, but you have to substitute in your own buffer for the input stream. And I can't figure out how I'm supposed to do that, if you get me. So yeah, I use like that method is fine for and it automatically reads from the input from AmigaDOS when you launch it from the shell. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm basically looking so that I don't have to parse the ARexx thing myself, and so that I'm able to use the same template. I know it's possible. I know it's possible, I just don't know how to do it. So I'll come back to that, and I will yeah, forget about that for now. Yeah, we'll leave that code there because it'll probably be something like that. It'll look something like that when we're finished. Let me see. Before passing, if successful, returns pointer. An application can use custom regear structure to provide an alternate command line source. Okay. The C source structure is struct C source. Is the command line to parse CS length? Yeah, no, it's not. It is. That's a private method. What I was trying to do there is I was trying to copy what it's doing and make my own version of it that doesn't read from the input. But it's not as. It's basically I need to do it separately and pass a separate struct to it, and that's not what it's doing there. You see, so because reading from the command line is the default behavior. It's a little more complicated to redirect it to a different buffer. So that's all it is, but that is something for another day. So I'm going to do some slightly more interesting stuff instead, I think. Like setting individual LEDs. So yeah, so the direct screen control is done. Passing the messages is complicated because I need lots of arguments, and so that's that's fine. What we'll do is we'll start on the next set of commands. Case so it's set all LEDs, should set all the LEDs to a single RGB value. So basically set a solid color for the whole LED strip. Now, yeah, when the LEDs are running like this, they're going to have, they'll overwrite that pretty much instantly. So I'll disable it when I'm testing it. So set all LEDs the format for that is just basically... Oh, first thing we should do is... Oh, we already have set current strip, so we're ready with that set. Okay, set all LEDs. We just literally just send the red, green, blue values. So it's just 3 values. Simple as that. So that's a red, green, and blue. Should be as simple as that. Let's see. Never is as simple as that, is it? Oh yeah, no, we need to get rid of all this stuff. For now, we might put it back in later. Okay. So, oh no, we need to, we can't do that until we turn off our LEDs. So, we'll change it to none. So that will have frozen it and we switched off the LED refreshing. Now, so what do we do? Set. That should turn them off. No. Oh, what's the command? Is it set current strip? Oh yeah, current strip 0. Okay, that doesn't work. Why does that not work? Now bearing in mind this actually could be a bug on the why did the screen clear? Oh dear. This could be a bug on the Solas side as well, because these commands haven't actually been tested because I didn't have the software to test them. So set all LEDs. First off, we're getting our 3 arguments, that's fine. So they should all be 0. It is responding on the correct strip. Set all LEDs. Set all LEDs is... Set all LEDs. Ha! No, I know it's wrong. I'm not sending the actual command, so I'm just sending these random numbers to the Solas and it's saying, I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, run, Rob, run. Will it, won't it? Okay, we're running. There we go. Yeah. So there's our red, green, blue. Excellent. Some blue. Yeah. Look at that. What's happened to my LCD? They're the right commands, aren't they? LCD mode 1. Oh joy. Yeah. yeah. This is the universe sending you better idiots thing, isn't it? Well, let's test that. That's not full brightness. I know it washes out on the camera because the camera isn't seeing what the eye can see, but it's wrapping it around, so it sends a single byte. So all it'll do is roll over. So if you send 256, it'll be 1, or it'll be 0. But let's set maximum brightness. 256 is nothing, so that's okay. And just for shits and giggles, yeah. So a string should equate to 0, so that's fine. What about some green? What if we only give one argument? Everything counts as 0. Yeah. Yeah, there's actually a lot of the low level stuff is kind of it's taken care of on Solas itself. It has reasonable error checking built in, because there's no RAM to spare almost, so anything that's even slightly over ends up trashing it and crashing it. So I have been more or less or pretty careful with it, but yeah, when you're sending stuff anyway, the maximum it can send is a byte, so 255. So when you get funny behavior and not what you expected, usually because it's a word variable, or it's a long word or something like that, and you're sending a byte. So yeah, so it should be okay. But yes, arguments are default to 0 unless something else is specified. So that's okay. That's working. So what's the next one? Set single LED. This is kind of the same, only you just nominate an LED and it gets changed. So we will implement that. Ah. Set single LED is basically the same thing, except we've got 4 values to send. And the first value is the number of the LED to send. So that's our LED ID. As simple as that, I say, with reserved confidence. So turn off our LEDs And oh, there's my wife back. I have to go soon. So set. So we set the, let's say LED 10. No. That has triggered all of them to light up. Color can. Oh. Honestly, don't know why that's happened. But that'll be a bug on the Solas side rather than on this software side. Set single LED. LED number 10. It's like it's not sending the value for the actual LED. So that's set everything to red. Oh, hello. I'll be there in 2 minutes. Yeah, I think I'll have to. Thing there, there's my son and wife home from nursery. Son from nursery, wife from work. Setting it just. Jesus. There it is. Sends the wrong command. That should be it. Let's see. And then I'll call it a day, I think. So now let's see. It's a single LED. So we'll do LED 10 and we'll do it full on blue. Oh, and it works. Although you can't see it there, but it's because it's hidden behind the screen. There's LED 10. What's going on here? Okay. There's another stream started there. Okay, so we set LED 12 to green. And that works. Excellent. So this lets you set any arbitrary LED to whatever you want from ARexx. This is good. Okay. Red, green. So set all LEDs. So we can switch them off. Just to illustrate that. There we go. Hey, hey, how are you? I'm just gonna head off. You joined me at exactly the wrong time. But what? Yeah. So this means that it's an ARexx script can set any of the LEDs to any color. And yeah, there you go. You know, early half day Friday. You know, and had a quiet couple of hours there to get some coding done. Spent half it running around in circles with an idea that didn't work, but it's all good. But yes, so at least I can do that, and what I can do with that is I can apply a pattern, and this isn't implemented in nice. This isn't implemented in the actual ARexx yet, but it will be. I can then, because you can define a pattern and then you can go and scroll that pattern. And there's that. Oh, very fast. You see? So that pattern that I've sent with ARexx, then I will be able to scroll it with ARexx, or do other tricks with it like that. So you don't have to actually do the scrolling or anything manually, if you like. Solas will do that for you. So that's that's kind of it. I'm going to go and talk to my family now. So let me see. I'm going to have a look and see what is going on here. Yeah, cheers, George. And I'm just going to see what's happening. I'm going to raid Cebu, who's a Finnish guy. He does some Amiga stuff, some retro stuff. He's not doing Amiga at the moment, but it's an old school PC adventure game that I don't actually know. So, but yeah, he's Finnish, but he does his streams in English, and yeah, we'll give him a look. Cool, yeah. Oh, what happened? What happened? Oh, that sucks. Ah, dear. But anyways, yeah, no, I better go and get me dinner. So hold on there. I'm going to start my raid process. So let's see. Yeah, so we give it. We give that a go. And right, thanks very much, guys. Let's click this button and do a thing. Okay. Right, bye. Thanks very much, and yeah, we'll see you again at some point. Probably do some games next week, maybe Tuesday. And yeah, and some coding at random times when I have a quiet minute. Right, good luck.